We are back on DEADSIDE, and guess who figured out how to use their orbital camera? Me. I've been grinding this game hard. I love how chill it is doing PvE. I can just put on some music and just vibe out. I've been hitting supply drops, doing more level 1 missions, and scavenging like crazy. I have my base done the way that I want, but it isn't close to some of the POIs that I want to spend time at. So I've built a second base on the south side of the map. This allows me to have a respawn point and a place to collect my loot. Today, we're going to take a look at the base. I've already dropped off some materials and set it up, so we're just going to do a walkthrough on the base. Now, I have a little mini bunker that's up behind me. Now, I have a rule. It's basically, I can't do the next level of a mission until I do it on camera. And once I do it on camera, then I can farm it as much as I want. The same rule applies for bunkers and mini bunkers. So I did a little scouting and found that there's a little mini bunker here. I didn't open it. I just walked up to it and it said open or close the door. Didn't require a key. So I might try that. I don't know. I was thinking maybe I should do that on camera. So I didn't even open it and didn't even look in. Now I've got a new AR I want to show off and a new optic. So let's take a look at that. First, let's go with the base. The base is, well, let's take a look on the map. Now, on the map, this is the entire map, right? This is my original base where I first set up and played, and it is 4.7 kilometers away. That is a long way away. And, you know, down here is where I've set up on the south end of the map, the far south end of the map. And you might say, why would you want to set up all the way down there? Well, there's a couple of reasons. One, there is a couple major POIs that I want to look at. The first is Kamensk. This area supposedly is a haven for loot. And I'm thinking that this is really, you know, an area I'm going to need to spend a lot of time in. And this, going all the way through here, all the way up to here, is a long, long way. It is not easy to go this way. But for me, coming this way, it's not too bad. I just come across one bridge and then a second bridge and I'm kind of in. I could easily, you know, put a little sleeping bag over here and some other, you know, items and be able to respawn if something bad happens. So that's an area that I want to spend some time looking in. Now, I did some looking over here and there ended up being a drop over there and I swam across and picked it up, and there was some good stuff in there. So this is already kind of paying off being down on this side of the area. This little thing here now has a level 3 mission. It is, I can't zoom any more than that, but it's kind of like a little mini military base. And I went up there, got into a gunfight, and found a Jeep, but I couldn't take it. I had to take off because I was getting overrun. I just didn't have the right gear to go up there at that time. So, you know, there's some stuff over here to take a look at. Then over here is the airfield. And this airfield supposedly is another place to find tons of fantastic loot. So, you know, I'll do some exploring on camera over there as well. So that's two major POIs that I can look at right from here. Not to mention, this is kind of a good area for some, you know, some of the lower level missions that I can just farm up. So I'll definitely do that. Now, there are quite a few people living around here. So, you know, they may come in and snake my my loot once I finish a mission. But that's kind of the price of doing business when you're messing with people, right? The only other thing that I would be doing is going up north to look at these military bases up here. And when I do that, I'll probably build a little, you know, a little outpost. Nothing like what I've got here down on the south side. It'll be smaller, just a place to put a bike, put some guns, put some food, and a bouncing point to come over here and do these loot runs. So anyway, that's kind of the area that I've moved to. Now, as far as the base design goes, I love this little deck thing. Now, I was thinking about putting a wall up like this, but it's just about like one log too high right there. Just one log too high. So I didn't put anything in here. If I fall off, I'll just fall in the water and swim around to the base. But, you know, it gives me more light and stuff to look at. So I moved a wood planer over here. Eventually, I'm going to put a metal planer. Let's see. I've got a drying rack over here. I can still look out the windows and see, you know, pretty well. I've got a sleeping bag here from when I first moved in, but down here I've actually got a bed. I placed a bed down, which is nice. This is the storage container that keeps the base from despawning. I put a little mechanic workbench thing here for the motorcycle. I've got 11 hours left on it. And I've got a workbench over here for breaking down weapons and repairing weapons. And I could swear I just heard something. Anyway, it's storming at my house, so you might hear that on the recording. But I've set up some storage, and we've already got a pretty good head start on some gear. Eventually, I'm going to upgrade to plank. Not now, obviously, but eventually I will. I may do some of that tonight. And then I've got some weapons that I've brought over. I got this 1911 suppressor out of a drop. And so I placed it on there, and I don't really use pistols, but I was like, let's just place it on there for the short run. And then I also got this UMR 45 out of a drop. The problem is I don't have any 45 ammo here. I should have brought some with me, but I didn't. At any rate, I have this AUG now, and this AUG is pretty nice. It's a nice assault rifle, really accurate, good range, but more importantly, I got a optic. Look at that. I mean, it's got a little like back blue on it, which I'm not a big fan on it, but I can see so much better now for shooting long distance. And just to give you an idea, let's take the optic off, and then I'll aim with iron sights. So you can see that it's just so much cleaner, So that is really nice. I really am pleased with that. I just have to find another one. I need to get myself another one. All right, so we're going to take an axe here. I keep hearing something I don't know if it's around the base or what. There's nobody online right now. Huh. So weird. Yeah, it's like super weird. Anyway, let's put this in. I'm going to go chop down about 1,000 trees, and then I'll start making some planks, and I'll turn the generator on and all that kind of stuff. Just out here chopping wood in the dark. I just had to stop the wood chopping to look at the beautiful sky here. So sometimes this game can be really, really beautiful. Like the pinks and blues. That's just awesome, Okay, so I've got the generator going. We've got one light down here. I need to do some more lights. I've got one light up here, and back here is the wood planer. So I've got it running, and I'm just cranking out some planks. I'm thinking maybe 400 planks should get me there. I'm going to do some of the lower level as plank, and then once I do that, I'll of course need to put plank in here to sustain it. So I'm just going to let that run, but at any rate, this is kind of what I'm doing for now. It's not exactly riveting, but it's necessary, for progression. All right, so work through the night, making planks, chopping wood and whatnot. The sun is starting to come up, and it's looking pretty beautiful. In the middle of chopping wood last night, I actually stopped and said how awesome this game can look at times. So what I've done is I've gone plank on this floor here, and I've gone plank on all the walls, and I've gone plank on all the floors and the ramps. That should be... Let's double check that. Let me get a hammer and double check and make sure I got that. It was dark, so it was not easy to see. Let's put that there and go to the hammer, and then go to repair and upgrade. Yeah, so it is upgraded. You know what? While we're in the mood, let's just check it. Yep, upgraded. So we can put this hammer away. All right, so from the outside, this is how it looks. It's got a nice plank ramp. It's plank all around, but up top is log. And over time, I'll put the rest of that as plank just to make it look nice, But for now, I think that looks pretty good. Actually, I kind of like the two-tone. There's not really any way to paint structures in this game. Not that I know of anyway, but it looks pretty good like that. I kind of like the way it looks. Now, as far as upkeep, we have the same amount, nearly the same amount of planks and logs in there, and we have 13 days. Now, it's a little less than twice the amount of planks than it is logs for upkeep. So I could take some of those logs out if I wanted. Let's see. Game time is 8 a.m. Perfect time to go out and do a level 2 mission. And we have one here. And that might be exactly what we need. We need to cross here. So something I do is I mark my little crossing spot, and let's roll. Now we're gonna have to kind of go a long way around because we're gonna be going by a little military compound, and with that, that's a tree. And with that, those guys will shoot at you from a super far aggro range. Like that. So there's that little military base, and there's nothing on the map for the military base. Yeah. So we'll just kind of skirt around this left side. I'll stay on the road. It's easier to drive on the road anyway. And then I'll need to kind of break right to go around the quarry. So there's the quarry there. I haven't gone down in there to see what's down in the bottom, but I have stopped on the outside and up top here, and there was some construction loot, different stuff. So you'll see the kind of buildings whenever I go by there, like what kind of buildings they are. There's not a whole lot, to it, but there's enough to do a little looting if you need to try to get some stuff, which I should try to loot it, but we're going to come over here and try to do this mission, so we're going to bypass it for now. If I don't have a full bike and a full backpack on the way back, I'll stop and loot it on the way back. Okay, we're pulling up on the objective now, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to park my bike on this other side, and just so it's protected if those guys start shooting at me, and I'm going to put down a sleeping bag. Now, something I want to do, I didn't think about it, was put another gun inside my bike. That way I can have something to work with. And let's look. Yeah, it's a 5-minute countdown on that. Whoa. So I'm going to loot real quick just to make sure. Let's see if I can find at least a pistol or something to throw in my bike. That way if I have to respawn, I've at least got something to do a death run with. Okay, so I had to relocate, move my bike. Those guys came at me pretty hard. I'll have to work this in phases. Let me work from cover to cover. There's a guy on my right. Where's he at? Oh, we gotta move. All right, we can work our way back up. Kind of fight our way in, work our way back out. We dropped a few of these guys. Yeah, we're going to be leaving our cover now. Where's that guy at? I don't see him. He moved right when I... Okay. There's probably a couple more. Okay. There's another, but I can't tell where he's at. Here, there we go. Right over his head. Right over his shoulder. Where did he go? Must be shooting right above his head. All right, we gotta get in there and get that. There we go. That's gotta be the way, right? One more, maybe. Yes. That's it. This was a level 2 mission. Huh. Well, that is lackluster. Okay. We loaded up on a lot of stuff here. I think the best thing to do is just to take it back to the house and then we can break it down from there. Now that's an extended mag and a light on that. So I may actually keep that one and fix it up and kind of go from there. So that's commence up ahead. I'm half tempted to go over there and take a look. Oh, no, maybe not now. A duck whistle? What's this duck whistle do? Oh my goodness. Okay. Yep. That's a duck whistle. Are those guys still shooting me? I'm gonna get to this vehicle. And I'm gonna shoot these guys, because I'm tired of them chasing me. See you over there, dude. There's another one? Okay. Dude. I guess I'm just going to do it on foot. I'm at least going to look at what these guys have. I mean, they chased me all the way from that bridge over there. That is crazy. I am going to take that scope, though. What can I drop? Drop that. I believe that's the same scope that I have on my sniper rifle now. Okay, now I need to put some junk up. I got a lot of stuff here. Let's put building supplies first just to make some room in my inventory. Okay, so I got everything put up. We have some new lights and we have some new weapons. This has got the extended mag and a light on it. I've never really used these things because they don't seem to be that great, but I might give it a try. Well, I think that's going to do it for this one. We took a tour of the new base that I built, and it's in a nice strategic location to hit the airfield and to hit Kamensk. So that's nice. We did our first level 2 mission, and I gotta tell you, the rewards were a little lackluster, and that's okay. I mean, typically it's kind of like a random RGI, you know, like it'll just be kind of average one time, then, you know, better than average, and then the next time it's a little below average. So you just have to repetitively do it until you get all the stuff that you need, you know, from those drops. And we did a little exploring around the south part of the map, which was interesting. I enjoyed it. So yeah, it's coming along nicely. We've got a little jump spot here that we can work on the south end of the map. And I can always work in the middle of the map, of course, from the old base. And, you know, like I was saying before, eventually we're going to be looking at a little outpost up in the north part of the map where the military bases are. But at any rate, that's going to do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed the content. I enjoyed making it. I've had so much fun with this game. It has been such a relaxing, just kind of a relaxing grind. I've really enjoyed it. If you like this kind of content, give us a like and a subscribe. And check back often, because I'm always going to be exploring and doing stuff. And we will see you in the next one.